Hey guys, welcome back to the Real Talk Girly podcast. I'm your host, Disapproval Joe, and today I am with another awesome friend.
Hi, it's Veronica.
Now, Veronica is really special to me because Veronica is basically like my first boss I met at Starbucks, and we have talked about Starbucks a couple of times throughout this podcast, but Veronica was like one of the first chefs I worked with, and we've come a long way together, and we've kept in touch the past 2 years, and
Besties.
we just want, yes, bestie code. We just wanted to chat today about some questions about ourselves, where we are now in the future, because Veronica is holding a future with her hand.
Oh my God. Who would have thought?
So Veronica is expecting to have a baby soon.
Holy mackerel.
So,
a whole person.
A whole person, which is just so awesome. And I'm grateful enough that I am invited to her baby shower and stuff, which means so much to me. So I'm just so happy to see where she goes next with life, with a new chapter and a new person. So we're just going to be doing some questions today and just be chatting. So Veronica, how are you feeling today with everything? I know you just got off of work today, so what's the vibe?
I'm tired. I had heartburn this morning. It lasted for quite a while, but I'm good now.
Well, you said you've been craving a ton of sweets.
Oh, yeah, sweets. Just sweets.
Like, what is like a top sweet right now for you and this
Soft
baby?
ice cream.
Soft ice cream.
Hands down. Soft ice cream. Man. PB&J's. Really been feeling those.
Like the Uncrustables?
Oh.
Girl. Those slap.
Deep fried PB&J's. Oh my God. And then anything that will give me awful indigestion. Yeah. Citrus, like lemon, like.
Ooh.
So good. It's so bad. My glucose test is tomorrow.
Oh, lordy.
What if I have diabetes?
That baby comes out.
Pray for me.
Oh my God. The first thing you're going to talk about your baby is like, now what did we talk about with this?
Oh my God.
But yeah, so besides the sugary habits, would you say, is there anything else that's been like a toll on your body while being pregnant? Like anything else that's been like really different in your routine or anything?
I'm always tired still. I mean, it's no different, but I go to bed at like 8 o'clock every night. Just tired all the time. And I'm swollen. My feet and my ankles are starting to swell. My feet have grown. None of my shoes fit. Grew like half a size.
Ladies, this is all what getting pregnant is about.
Yeah, don't do it.
So now, tell me what you do now for your job? So you're no longer with Starbucks. So what have you been doing now?
I work for Enterprise. I rent cars to people who have no way to get around, have ways to get around and don't want to put miles on their car. People that want to use cars to do sketchy things. I take what's called my grill very soon, hopefully the beginning of next month. It's basically, it's not an exam, but they'll literally grill you. It's like a second interview, and you have to pass that for your promotion. Everybody starts at the same position, same level, and you promote from within. So once I do that, then I can move over to car sales.
That's awesome. Well, I bet you'll nail it because you're definitely a people person.
Yeah, that's where the money's at.
And there's a motive.
There is a motive.
Yes.
You get a company car, you get a gas card,
Ooh,
lots of money.
I love that for you. That'll be
too.
Perfect timing too, especially having a new addition to your family.
That part.
So that is very awesome. And fun fact about Veronica too is that she says a lot of like little sayings that I pick up on too. Like she says like that part, or she'll say like, if you're broke, just say that.
Your favorite.
I just like, everyone thinks like I'm like original with those sayings, but I'm like, you don't understand. Like people say things and I'm like a parrot, and I'll just repeat that. Like, and she would like, she'll say like, oh my God, or she'll say like, yes, and just like stuff like that with a tone, and then I'll say it the same way, and then people think I'm the funny one. I'm like, no, I can't take the credit.
Yeah, gotta give it where it's due.
But yeah, so now like, you know, like obviously now you're pregnant, like you said, it's kind of like hard like to find things to fit you right now, stuff like that. But
yeah,
it must be nice not to like, you know, feel like sticky and stuff from like fast food jobs like that.
And the smells.
Oh
my gosh.
Yeah.
Running around.
The sweat.
Imagine me 7 months pregnant, behind bar, running the floor. I got 3 people on. One's Chris Bob, the other's Chaz, and there's you.
Oh my God.
I what would I do? I would die.
We would be in a pickle for sure. It's just crazy. Like it's just crazy that like certain places, like people are in such need of help that they have to keep them on even though they're not beneficial, which is definitely frustrating. And then when it comes to like places like fast food service, stuff like that, they're so focused on times and customer connections and stuff like that. But it's like, I feel like sometimes places like that forget to check on their employees, how they're doing,
Can't have
and
it all.
like, you know, supporting them if, and just like recognize them like, hey, like I appreciate you killing it today. Just stuff like that I feel like would make like vibes better and people want to attend and do well in those jobs. But sadly, I've noticed in a lot of like places that are like fast food like that don't really have the time or promote that kind of stuff.
Oh no. I've been very fortunate. My new job is very much about the employees.
Yeah.
Just making sure everybody's good. They've got so many ways to go about handling situations that Starbucks could never.
Yeah. I think like, you know, like certain like corporations definitely do not do that because they're just so money hungry, and it's just like, girl, what about us? Because the burnout is real.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Now, even though you're no longer with Starbucks, you do still have to deal with the public. And what's that like for you, still being so in depth with working with the public for so long? Has it gone easier? Have you found it to be more difficult?
It's definitely easier. The people that I have to work with and you know, face on a daily basis need us more than we need them.
Yeah.
So they're going to do whatever they can to comply. You know, of course, there's a difficult person here and there, but ultimately, like I said, they need us more than we need them. We're a privately owned company. I can tell somebody that they can go somewhere else and not get in trouble for it.
That is so empowering in a way to me.
Bestie, you'd love it. We have what's called the do not rent list. And if you violate our policies at all, you end up on DNR.
Oh my God. I want that for Starbucks.
It's so good. It's
Girl.
great. I send DNR requests all the time.
That is, I feel like that should be a thing though. Like, you know, if someone is constantly coming in, is sketchy,
you're more
causing you
trouble than it's
problems.
worth. Yeah.
Right.
You become an adverse risk, and we don't have to do business with you.
That is, I feel like a lot more places need that.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I just wish we had more stuff like that. Now, tell me about this. You told me a story today that I thought was so funny. So one of your coworkers said something to somebody, and I would love for you to retell that story for everyone today on the Real Talk Girly podcast.
So our sister, I mean, we're giving you a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 item. The least you could do is have a little bit extra for us to hold on to. You know, this collateral.
Right.
It's also very, you know, tight security. Our system requires a lot of things, but if your card declines, you have 24 hours to wait before you can run your card again. So, you know, we like to be transparent. Is the card good? There's no locks. You got enough money. I get one shot. If it declines, you got to come back tomorrow. Well, the chick was under the impression that she had the money or whatever, thought for whatever reason that it was going to go through, and it didn't. She didn't have the qualifications that she needed. She couldn't get the car. And she's freaking out. She's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have a doctor's appointment in Rochester. Like, what am I supposed to do? And he looks at her and he goes, you could Uber. And she goes, to Rochester?
I wanted to.
And he's just staring at her with the straightest face. And he just does not understand why that's unrealistic. But I don't know. You're asking me. You should probably get walking. Like, you're going to be late.
Well, hey, I'm not one to talk. I've taken $67 Ubers.
See? There you go. I should have told her that story.
Oh, my God. One time I was at Veronica's place at a Halloween party, and
You needed to get home.
I needed to get home. I was no one conditioned to drive. And all I remember is my friend saying I was like $67.
$67. You were, Bestie, you were out. You were hanging off the couch. You had your phone in your hand. Your eyes were closed. And you unlocked your phone and you saw it. You sobered up so quick. $67.
But let's just say that was the best Uber I've ever had. He treated me like a king. He gave me a bucket to puke in. He patted me on the back. He rubbed my back.
He was so sweet.
And then I passed out, and I thought it was a dream. And I woke up, and he said, we're here. And then he escorted me up the stairs.
Oh, how sweet.
I gave him a good tip once I was
See?
able to be sober.
See, there you go. And
And
you gave him a great story to tell.
my vomit was neon green, and I called out the next day, and
Well.
everybody knew why.
Because you had that whole bottle of Red Cat and you didn't eat all day.
And that red cat was so old. Like, let's just say that bottle has gone with me to every party I've been to.
Stop, not the same bottle of wine.
My friend's mom gave it to me, and I was like, oh my god, she's so cool. And I brought it everywhere. It was like my little carry-on.
Your carry-on. Your sippy cup.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about like what we're doing now and stuff. And so Veronica is working with cars and stuff, and I'm currently getting ready for my master's program with Cuba College to be a social worker. And I'm still doing Starbucks full time as well. So
I love a girly with brains.
so it's nice that, like, you know, in a way, like, I know Starbucks isn't like obviously my field, but I am still like trying to make right with the public despite them being a little complicated and stuff. But I feel like I'm gonna be doing that in my field as well, working with people who may not be so pleasurable.
Starbucks is great for teaching you life experiences.
And like teamwork. And
I can't knock the company for that. That's for sure.
I think like the company's also like taught me how to communicate with people, to be like, are you okay?
Just
Do you
be
want...
empathetic. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It goes a long way. It's very experienced or service based and like experience based, and I don't know. A lot of jobs are really looking for that right now.
Yeah. And I just feel like, you know, like you can have all the degrees and all the high marks, but like, you know, people don't want to hire robots.
Yeah.
They want someone that's empathetic, like you said,
Right.
and someone that's like, hey, I want to sit and talk to you, and I want to be here for you.
Genuine, yeah.
And I just think that, like you said, goes long ways.
It does. It really does.
Now, there's some questions that I wanted to ask Veronica today on the Real Talk Girly podcast. And so we know that I know you love your car, your Trap Queen car and stuff like that. I know you like to get your nails done. I know you like a good cup of coffee. But what are some other hobbies that you just love to do if you find the spare time?
I love cleaning.
Cleaning.
I could clean all day long.
Now, what type of cleaning? Are we talking like dusting, like vacuuming?
All of it.
All of it.
It's
the whole
also
shebang.
rewarding. Dishes. I love dishes. It's just all so rewarding. I could clean forever.
Now, I think, are you the person I think I asked like on TikTok, the restocking videos?
Oh my god. Me started.
See what I mean? Oh my god. I love watching those. The fridge ones are my favorite.
The ice drawer.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Or like the snacks under the bed.
Plastic, acrylic, organized containers. Like, oh, please.
Like, I love like all like the, like for the cereal, and they have in like that thing.
Stupid. I love it.
I just like, I know it's like so expensive to do that, but it's so
is.
aesthetically
It
pleasing.
is.
Like,
You're taking things out of one plastic container to put them in another.
and it just makes sense.
It makes sense. So much better.
It's kind of like, you know that new thing on TikTok right now? It's like the bottles rolling down the stairs.
Oh, it drives me nuts. I hate those.
I don't know why, but those
hate
are
'em.
aesthetically pleasing to me. But
No,
I
it's
know
a
it's
mess.
so wasteful.
So bad.
But I love
Bottles
the sound
full of Orbeez.
Orbeez.
Bottles full of all types of stuff. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Like, you have to clean it up between each take. How long did
Yeah.
that one TikTok take you to record?
For real. I also like the idea of like organizing. I don't know if like necessarily like cleaning, but I do like organizing things, like whether it be like color coded with its suit, just like that. Like you said, it's like such like a moment. Like, oh, that looks
It's
so
rewarding.
good.
Yeah.
But then you're like, nobody sit or fuck
Don't
it up.
touch it.
Don't.
What do you need? I'll get it for you.
Right.
That used to be me at work. What do you need?
Right.
I'll get it. Don't touch it.
And that's something I understand too is like, because like I have like OCD, so I'm very like kind of like in my own space. So like if someone like steals something from my area, I'm like,
I'll get it for you.
I'm just like, why?
Why would you touch that?
Like I just find it so annoying. And like I don't like people like in my bubble like that
Ugh.
either, because like then I just
You
feel like
ruined it.
uncomfortable and kind of like attacked. I'm just like,
Violated.
girl, bye.
You shouldn't have even. No.
That's like another thing too, like especially in my field, like I always like to ask people like, hey, like, you know, is it okay if I'm in your space, or is it okay if I grab something near you? Because like I don't know if someone has like PTSD or like something like with like an ick with being touched or something, because I've met a lot of people that are like, you know, yeah, I don't care, go with the flow, or like, please do not be 5 feet in my area. It's like some people are very like, you know, big about that. I think that's really important, whether it be working at a fast food place or working with someone in my field.
You're considerate. Not everybody's so considerate.
I think they gotta take note. So So another thing about Veronica that is really cool is that she has so many awesome tattoos. And one day, one day Veronica said she had to draw blood, and I said to her, I said to her, clear as day, are you like scared of needles? And she looked at me, and all she did was roll up her sleeve and said, "Bitch."
Because be so for real.
I was like, oh wait, yeah, no, she's not.
No, I mean they're different kinds of needles for sure, but no, I'm not.
I literally, it was like one of those moments when you say it, you're like, damn, that was not,
Yeah,
that
no.
wasn't it.
You didn't think that went through. It's okay.
So I would love to hear about like your tattoo journey, like your
Oh my
first
gosh.
one, your age, I remember you kind of like, you just like to do like, kind of like, they don't all have like a specific meaning, just kind of like a vibe, but I would love to hear more about like your tattoo story.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Well, I don't know how many I have. I'll start there. It's somewhere between I think 30 and 40, but I don't know. Don't quote me. I waited till I was 18. I waited till I was of age. Oh man, I don't even know. It just was snowball, like back to back to back. Quickly filled my arms. Not many of those ones have meaning, but they all are. I feel like they're pretty cohesive. Got some like memorial tattoos from different artists who are no longer with us. Got a few. They did a Helping Hounds fundraiser once at the shop that I liked to go to for a while. So I got some of those. Those are fun. I've got some bigger pieces as well. My left leg is definitely like Japanese traditional, so I've got my tiger with the samurai helmet and my Hanya mask, and I've got a lot. I don't even know where to begin.
No, that's awesome. And I think like a lot of them are like really like cool, and they also have like a lot of detail too. I've noticed like I think my favorite one is like the snake one on like your arm that kind of just like
Really?
creeps up like to your wrist. It's just like a really cool design of how it like goes up your arm like that. I remember I saw that like the first time like I started working, it was like, oh my god, she got like a little ziggy zag going up there. I'm like, oh my god, it's a
I
snake.
know, that was my graduation gift to myself. I was very proud of her.
So would you say like is there anything that like wanted like was there a motive for you to get tattoos? Like was there like someone that you thought looked cool with them so you want to do it as well?
I've always liked them. I mean, body modifications in general. I was always dyeing my hair. I had a mohawk in high school. I had a lot of piercings. Like a lot of piercings. um, just as I got older, I transitioned. That's the next step.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
And I feel like, you know, like tattoos, piercing, hair dyes, whatever the case may be, it's all about like self expression.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's just so cool, like in our generation, like that we have more ways to do that. And there's also like endless ways for you to discover something new about yourself, whether it be a tattoo, a hair color, whatever. And what's important is that you like it and not having to worry what others have to say about it.
Exactly. Definitely about self-expression. I mean, I don't have anything that's particularly dainty or girly, so clearly I'm not a not a trendy bitch.
A trendy bitch. I feel like so many people like get like the same things, like the butterflies, the infinity symbols.
I know. I got my snake years ago, and now everybody's like getting their little tiny rinky-dink ones.
I saw like a lot of like lion tattoos once too.
Oh my god! Don't get me started. No lions. No big cat. Well, I say no big cats, but I've got my tiger. But it's not just like a regular tiger. It's like a Japanese traditional tiger.
Okay.
He wears a friggin' samurai helmet.
Now that is a vibe.
Right. Big fan.
So another thing I wanted to ask you is that we talked about earlier. So you are expecting a baby. So what does it mean to you to be a mom? Like, you know, like what's like the mother role mean to you coming up?
Bro, I don't know yet. Well, that's a toughie. Well, I'd like to think that I stay pretty calm in stressful situations, and to maintain that level-headedness. I think that'll be my biggest asset. having a boy. So I'm sure he'll be a menace. So being able to remain calm throughout the trials and tribulations of a small child that, doesn't know how the world works. I think that'll help. And just always being nurturing and understanding. I don't know, but I guess it's going to depend on him and his personality.
Yeah, it's going to be like one of those things, like you have to see like what they bring to the table, and then with like, like how you said you're pretty easygoing, you'll have better ways to approach it to see what has faced your way at that time.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'll be okay. I worked at Build-A-Bear for a very long time.
Which is the most craziest thing to me. Like, you would never see this girl ever at a Build-A-Bear, and I was
I was so good. I was great.
But then again, I do have a little Jack Russell, and she perked up like it was Christmas. So
See?
she does have that range of
I do, right.
some bold tattoos, but girly pop attitude with some stuffed bears and dogs.
Hello.
Get you a girl that can do both.
Right.
Now, another question that I thought was really cool to ask is because I know, like you said, we're besties and stuff. So when would you say, like, working with me at Starbucks, you're like, you know what, I kind of like this guy. He does have, like, a good friendship vibe. When would you say, like, you considered, like, our friendship officially starting?
Oh, man. It all seems like one big same day. Like, I can't differentiate time frame. But probably when you stayed positive throughout me being irritated all the time at that awful place. Yeah. And if you can stick that out, then you can hang. I mean, you came to my Halloween party. That was very new. You had just started. Oh man. I don't know. You're coming up on 3 years there?
Yeah, I'll be 3 years in August.
Wow. I don't know. It just kind of happened.
Yeah. I love that though. I think like, yeah.
There a moment for you that stuck out?
I think like, like kind of like what you said, like, when I saw like you like in situations like where you felt like you needed peace, like I understood like you're a type of person like, when you need a moment, it's kind of like, like you don't want a solution, you kind of just like need time for yourself.
Yeah.
And I learned that pretty quick about you. And I think when you saw I gave you that space, it kind of gave you an open door to then vent to me once you saw I respected your space. And then you wanted to confide in me a little bit, which then made me want to confide in you. And it kind of just like like you said, like a snowball of just like all happening all at once, like day by day. It just got like more closer. But I did learn on my first week with Veronica about like how she said she likes her space. I made a drink that was on her bar.
Oh yeah,
and I was very
Absolutely
new.
Not. Don't need that.
So I did not know Veronica's wants and
it's
not
okay.
wants.
Everybody learns.
And I made a drink. It was all done and everything, but I forgot to put this sticker on it. And she didn't know what it was.
And I had already made it.
And she tossed it right out. Yeah. And I was like, I just made that. And she was like, what? And I was like, never mind. And that was it.
I appreciated you wanted to help. You were always so helpful. You never questioned anything. You were always so quick to just be like, yeah, I got you. Like, but you see. Bar at DeWitt was different.
It really was.
And once I got my groove and I had my flow, I don't need any assistance. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing next. I know what I'm doing after that.
Right.
I got it. I don't need help. If I need help, I'll let you know.
Right. And I definitely, now like being on bar solo, I so get that. Because I can't, like, I definitely understand, like, if someone, like, steals a ticket without me knowing or something.
Looking for it and you feel crazy. Like, I know this ticket was just here.
Right.
I just made this drink and I don't remember why, but I know there was a ticket for it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, stuff like that, I definitely understand now.
Everybody learns.
Yeah. Now, on the way here, we were listening to some cool bops. So what would you say are some of your favorite artists? You do have Trap Queen on your car. So what type of vibe would you say you like to listen to the most?
Man. just like trap music. Fuck bitches, get money. You know.
So what artists for you are like that to you?
Oh man. I mean, Fetty Wap. Love Migos. Um, just just rap in general. I've been listening to a lot of dance hall recently, a lot of like older reggae, Beanie Man, Shaka Demus Implies, like love it.
It sounds like a lot of the songs, like I know, like you say, are like trap music and stuff, but I feel like a lot of them are kind of like in a way like very like um motivating to like get a goal, like like money and stuff like that, like like you know
Yeah,
what you want and no one's gonna stop you.
exactly.
And I think like some people are like trap music, it's like all talks about like things that are kind of like negative or like
Mm-mm.
different, but really
No,
it's
no,
kind of
no.
like they're just voicing how they
That's
feel,
it.
they like what they like,
Hmm.
and what about it.
Right.
And I feel like that relates to you a lot because like you know what you want and you see it. I want it. Sorry for the Ariana Grande reference, but it's the only thing that came to my
She's
head.
living her best life right
Oh
now.
my
I'm
god.
happy for her.
Yes.
With her medium ugly new boyfriend.
Oh my god.
Who looks like her brother.
Oh my god.
Good for her.
Yeah. And now, so we all know you with your man Rob, which is amazing. So, and he's so nice, so fun. So what? And I remember we talked about this because see, it was us two and another coworker, and we're all super good friends. And on Sunday mornings, we would always have like really like deep personal talks about like our interests and stuff. So, a question I have here is like the sexiest thing in a man for you. It can be a personality trait or like a body part. Like, what is that it factor? You're like, oof.
Oh man. There's a few. I don't know how to say this without sounding crazy. Um, just someone who's always ready. Like anything pops off, you're in it, no questions asked. I'm arguing with someone, you're on my side. You don't know what's going on, but you know we don't like this person.
Like the
We'll figure it out later.
loyalty.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Um, he's also very much there's an issue, take care of it right now. Like doesn't matter what's going on. Like it rained really bad yesterday or the day before, and the roof was leaking. Not bad at all. Couple of drops. 2 minutes, this man's got on his boots, his coat, his gloves. He's got the ladder coming up the stairs to go outside and figure out why the roof is leaking.
Yeah.
He just immediately deals with things. If there's, so he doesn't avoid anything.
Yeah, he likes to face things head on rather than let them like sit and simmer and then like become like so much, and it's like, oh shit, I should have done this months ago.
Exactly.
And I think like that's such like a good thing too. Is like you don't want someone that's like, first of all, like not like a couch potato that never wants to do anything.
Exactly. Oh my god. People who are stagnant, no thank you. You don't like something, change it.
Right. Like, if there's something going on, it's like, you don't want to feel like you always have to be the one to get someone to do something that you want. You want to know that they want to do it too. Because, like, you guys are both in the same thing together.
Exactly.
Which is comforting, so you don't feel like it's like a one-sided thing. And also, having someone that's on top of things can also, like, not have a full dependency, but at least you can, like, depend that someone will meet you halfway so you don't have to do everything yourself. So it takes some like stress off your shoulders as well.
Exactly. I need someone who can match my energy. I have a strong personality.
Yes.
I need someone who can balance that out.
Right. And he's a very like calm person, but he also has a very fun attitude that can be, still interesting and up for fun at your level as well.
Yeah,
which
smart,
is awesome.
outspoken. Yeah. Definitely needs someone with a strong personality.
And then, like, what's like the worst trait someone can have? Something that you're like, oh my
someone
god,
who just doesn't do anything to better themselves. Don't complain about something and then not change it.
yeah.
I don't hear it.
I think like like self-pity is very
I don't feel bad for you.
Yeah, it's like everybody has baggage. Everybody has something they don't like about themselves or somebody. And I think venting and self-pity are two separate things.
Yeah, I'm not going to feel sorry for you.
Like, I think venting is just like, kind of like what we do today, just like venting, talking, having a rant, some fun, whatever.
Yeah, but if you're constantly complaining and
Right.
then given solutions and you make excuses as to why those solutions don't work for you, then I don't feel bad for you.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's like, like there's always a way to dig yourself out of a hole, and someone can't always be there with a shovel being like, I got you.
Word, I got my own problems to worry about. I can't worry about yours too.
Right. It's like, nice to have like people in your corner, but
You're grown. I'm not gonna raise you.
yeah. And sometimes like you are going to be by yourself and you don't have your phone to contact your friends, or they're not going to be right next door, and you got to have to like, fend for yourself. And that independence thing, like we said earlier, is attractive, and it's also beneficial.
Yeah.
Another thing, so another thing that I think is really common, I don't know if it's just at our place we work at, but I feel like a lot of people at our store have like little crushes.
Really?
And I think like I know a lot of partners have stressed they have little crushes on this coworker, this employee. Would you say you ever had a crush working with anyone at our store, or would you say it was just like not really?
Rob was the shift when I started.
Besides Rob, I remember that.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it was only Rob.
he was the only one.
Yeah,
Really?
I didn't like anybody else.
That's so valid though, because I think everybody thinks like, because I'm a very like bubbly, like flirty person. So I swear to God, like every time we get like a new guy that comes into Starbucks who works with us, like everybody will pull me and be like, "Do you like him?" I'm like, "Bitch, why would you say that?"
Right, I can't be nice.
They're like, "Well, like you were kind of like bullying them," and like kind of like, I'm like, because I was bullying them. 'Cause I didn't like what they said. They're like, "Oh, I thought that was flirting." I'm like, "Girl, if I was flirting, you would know." Like you would know. Like I'll act all stupid and like
you would
pretend
know.
like I have jello in my brain.
Jello.
Like but no, I've never liked anyone I worked with either, just
Only the
because
customers.
Oh, I've had a couple customers. I miss Thigh Guy. There was this guy who worked at like I think like Alpha or something, and he would like come out of work and he would get like a cold brew or something, and like his thighs could squeeze a watermelon open, which should have been my head.
Or what should have been man? What about Texas Roadhouse guy?
Oh my God, with the skin tight shirts,
Yeah,
please.
his little tiny shirt and his tattoos.
It should be smaller.
Should be. I don't think they make him that small.
Find
He's in a
him.
baby like a 3T.
Oh my God. But I was so mad. I was thinking about him a couple of days ago because this girl came in from Texas Roadhouse, and I was like, oh my gosh, she bring the friend. But no, it was just her.
Oh, that's rude.
But
I wouldn't have made her
those
a drink.
two men in a threesome,
Stop, Jesus.
that
Oh my God, Joe.
now that can go on the
You would
Texas Roadhouse
die.
menu.
You would die.
Listen,
Oh my God.
going out with a bang for real.
Jesus Christ.
I miss them both religiously. And then something else I wonder, so like now, like in a place we are, like being a soon to be mom, and possibly going further in your job, would you say that there's ever like a part in your life that you wish you could go back to, or rewind, do over, or do you like think like where you're at now you're happy with, there's nothing you want to revisit?
No. I don't think so. I don't think I would change anything. I've learned lots of things. And I think if I changed them, I wouldn't appreciate certain things that I appreciate now the same way I do if I hadn't experienced them the way I did.
Yeah, you gotta experience to learn,
Yeah.
because I feel like if you don't, and if you have like kind of like a perfect like bubble life, you haven't like experienced any hardship, so it's like,
Right.
then if you experience it at once, it's gonna be like 10 times as worse.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I'm trying to wish like bad things happen to people to learn, but it's like
but
you need
a
some
little bit
type
of
of
a reality check.
you need a reality check to be like, okay, life isn't all candies and rainbows. Sometimes it does not go as planned, and sometimes you need to accept that and move on to the next thing of like what you're gonna do. Like how you said Rob saw something was leaking and he did something about it. Rather, others would probably panic or maybe do like pity, like,
Yeah.
oh no, we're gonna
I don't
want to
deal with it right now.
Oh no, this is game over. It's like, sometimes you gotta, find ways to solve things and find ways to approach things that don't stress yourself out or others. Because why make others suffer when A, it's not their fault, and two, you guys work as a team.
Stressing about things don't make anything easier or better. Don't solve any issues.
Yeah,
I don't see
no.
any point to stressing over things, especially things that are out of your control. What are you stressing for? It's not going to change anything.
Yeah, that's been a hard thing for me to do is like, like cuz I am like a perfectionist person, so like
Yeah.
I always like to like kind of like control things like right then and there, but like I'll have to wait. And when it's out of my hands, I wish I could like jump on it now. But I am reminded a lot of like, there's nothing you could do. You did everything you could.
Yeah,
Now it's just
exactly.
the waiting game.
Yep.
But I am not very patient with stuff like that. And I'm like refreshing the phone, like what's happening, what's going on. I need to be updated.
It's got a vibe.
But I've been better at like vibing and kind of being like, okay, I did what I could. I'll be alerted when I am, and
Exactly.
that's it. So those are my questions I had. Is there anything that you ever wanted to ask me in this chat today?
You're always so positive. How are you always so positive?
Um, I would say that something that helps me is that my grandparents being with them and living with them, they've really inspired me because they are very old fashioned, but old fashioned isn't a bad thing, but they've definitely humbled me to think like, um more calmly and have like more respect for myself and others. And then also just like I always make time to write my music. It doesn't have to be a full song or anything, just like I'll write about something that has been bothering me, so then that negative energy is released.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, when I wake up the next day, that negative energy of that day is gone,
Yeah.
and now I'm starting a
Fresh
new
start.
day.
Wow.
And that's why a lot of people are like, why do you stay up so late, like 2 3 in the morning, like writing songs? And I'm like, that's like my time when
Helping myself
I
feel better.
have my therapy, when I have my personal vent. And I feel like sometimes when I don't do my writing, I kind of feel like that extra weight is sitting on me and it won't go away until I write it or craft it into something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my way of staying positive.
Self-expression. Look at you go. All right, now Starbucks. How did you end up at Starbucks to it? I want the
So,
story.
so what happened was is that I was very unhappy at my other job. I was there for 3 years. I had a
Awful.
manager that was very unempathetic, and they did not care about my epilepsy. And I worked with a lot of men who are very masculine and did not like how I was not very masculine. So the people weren't right for me, and the management wasn't right. I was working 16-hour days without a break, and I was like, something has to give. So my best friend Eternity worked at Starbucks, and I would always see her doing my recordings because right next door with my music. And she was like, why don't you just work at Starbucks? I was like, I don't know. And I finally applied, and I eventually got in a couple months later, and my grandparents and I agreed that, they would take me once I lost my license because with my epilepsy, I got in a car accident, so I couldn't drive. So they agreed to take me if I gave them some gas money, and I've been there ever since. And although the company like has its flaws, I've met so many great people there, such as Veronica. So I would say it is a win overall.
For sure. Was it awful? Yeah. Would I do it again? Probably not. Am I thankful? Yes.
Yeah, I think it's like one of those things, like, like I am eager to move on to my next step and find a job in my field, but I am still grateful for the time I have had there in the past 2 3 years.
Yeah.
Because at the same time too, it's like, when you are like in a place for 2 3 years, you're bound to meet somebody or talk to somebody, because if you don't, that's a lonely
That's a
2
you
3
problem.
years.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't want to talk to anybody or like, try to make friends, it's like you're gonna really hate that place.
Yeah. That's why I tried to be nice towards the end of my time there. Like, at first it didn't matter because I was just worried about what I was doing and getting through the day. But towards the end, I didn't really care. So you know what? Chris Bob and I, we kind of vibe now.
That is so scary to me.
He's not so bad.
Okay, the lies.
Yeah. He got to be one of the reliable ones.
Girl, that is you are
I
extra
know.
nice now with that.
Yeah. Listen, I had perspective.
Damn. I would say like, also like, when I was there, like I saw like a lot of like little cliques going on, and kind of like little high school me was like, ooh, I want to be a part of the clique
Nah.
too. I want to know too. And like, I kind of like was really intrigued, and it felt really cool because I was never really in on cliques as a child. So it was really cool to be involved with
Yeah.
some now in my 20s. So it was like, oh my God, I have a little clique. I have an in. Like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, and some of those cliques have turned into actual friendships
Isn't
that
that
have
crazy?
lasted, which is just really awesome to me,
Ooh.
especially seeing like other people. Oh, is he kicking?
Oh my god. Yeah, all the time. Can you see it? Can you see it moving? Watch.
Oh my God, I see it. I feel like he's dancing the trap music
All the
in
time.
there.
All the time.
Oh my
I'll have to have you
God.
feel it. He's like so uncomfortable, dude. So uncomfortable because you never know when it's gonna happen. Like I'll just be chilling and it'll like startle me, and then when I want to show somebody, it always just stops and it's like, oh, I'm a liar.
Like Veronica said, something I also love about her is that she always has a receipt.
Always got a receipt.
Oh, you always gotta have a receipt.
Yeah.
Because, like, someone's
Right.
gonna come and be like, well, they didn't do this. Be like, oh, really?
Wanna
Want to bet?
bet? Because there's gonna be somebody who's gonna try and deny or change the story or twist it.
For real.
No, we don't do that.
Not in this house.
Who's got time for that?
Right. And, like, another thing about, like, working with each other and stuff, we had so many good laughs. I remember one time Veronica came in and my friends and I were, like, cleaning the store. And somebody sent a picture of one of our friends with a boot. And they compared it to SpongeBob's squeaky boot.
I was just going through my memories and saw one of those the other day. Maria and her friggin' boots.
And and Veronica just came in, didn't work or nothing, just came to say hi, but showed us that video, and she laughed for like a solid 5-10 minutes.
Because those boots were treacherous.
They look just like the
Oh,
SpongeBob
they
one.
did. I love Maria, but oh my god, she looks like a pirate.
That was so funny. I was like ridiculously laughing. And then remember the other time we were at the Cheesecake Factory and Amaya made it
Oh,
so
yeah.
Maria was there?
She photoshopped her head onto the rocking chair. Oh, it was great. I miss Amaya.
Oh my God, I miss Amaya's arts and craft time.
Oh,
That-
they're back. They're back in Syracuse, I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I haven't seen them work in a while, but I think they'll be coming back soon. But oh my God, but just stuff like that I think is like so like cool that we could say we have like fun moments like that, like especially like when we get everyone together, because it's so
great.
hard
Yeah, it
nowadays.
is. Oh my gosh, like the beach? What the heck?
Yeah, like it's
Em and Mia say a Sunday, and then they get back and they don't pick a Sunday.
I know it's so hard because like everyone's constantly like moving, new job or raise or new families, whatever. It's just like always something, but it's always good that like I know social media has its like pros and cons, but I am grateful for like it does help people stay connected and encourage them to stay connected,
Yeah.
which is amazing. But yeah, so for the Real Talk Girlies today, I just want to introduce everyone to my friend Veronica, and she will be expecting on what day are you expecting?
I've heard a few different days, but I'm hoping for Friday the 13th this October. Spooky baby.
Oh my God,
I
period.
know. So on brand for me, right?
Oh my God, what spooky movie are you going to be watching first this spooky season?
Oh no. That's a tough one. Spooky movie. I don't know.
I want to watch the scary movie franchise because they're so
All of
stupid
them. There's
funny.
so many of them. They're good.
Anna Faris is so funny to
She
me.
is funny. I like just straight horror. Like the Saw movies. I love those.
Period.
They're so good.
I love like I don't know why, but I remember like as a kid, like all like the little Disney scary Halloween shows were like my shit.
Like the specials.
Oh my God.
They're so cute.
The SpongeBob one, to me, is a classic. And like when Sandy's costume is as a goldfish in a bowl, and Squidward says, "I don't get it." I was like, what the fuck?
He just doesn't have time for the shenanigans. I get it. I understand.
Oh my god.
I am Squidward. Squidward is me.
Oh my god. He is so quotable. Oh my god. There's
Yeah.
like one episode when this guy's ordering a Krabby Patty and he's like, extra onions. He said, daring today, aren't we?
For no reason. Like, why would you say that? You got nothing out of that interaction.
Oh my god. There's so many quotable things with SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Another one that I love that's not by Squidward is the Clubhouse episode, and it's the two guys, and he says, "Make a wish, honey." Yeah.
Thinking it was a shooting star.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And the way he said it, though.
I love SpongeBob. You know Tom Kenny is from East Syracuse?
Is he really?
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, his mom still lives there.
No shit.
Yeah.
Like the My Leg guy's funny, but I feel like there's so many other like little ones that are so funny. I love that. And of course, like the chocolate one's funny.
Where's my drink?
Oh my god, my diet Dr. Kelp. Or I love.
Without any milk.
Oh my god! And then Bubble Baz says, "Where's the pickles?" Oh
God,
my
I
god.
can't stand him. He's such a jerk.
Oh my god, he was.
I like
so
flats though. I'm gonna kick your butt.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I felt that.
Oh, that was so funny.
SpongeBob's great. I really like Mrs. Puff. She's great too.
Girl, she got a criminal record for sure.
Yeah.
I love her.
You would too if you had to deal with SpongeBob as much
Oh
as she
my
does.
god. What's another character that's like? Oh my god, there's like this thing trending on TikTok with Plankton singing Diamonds.
Stop the AI.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I love it.
Why did he go off?
Yeah.
And someone wrote as a caption, "What did Karen do?"
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Did you know that the voice of Karen, I think, is actually Tom Kenny's wife?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
I was like, damn, SpongeBob and Karen, sneaky lane.
They're really in their bag.
Oh my god, that is so iconic. But oh my god, the Wumbo. Wumbo.
He, we, she, Wumbo.
Yes. I love the Pretty Petty episode.
Oh, it's classic.
And the bow tie fries. Oh my god. Well, yeah, so as you could tell, another thing too at Starbucks is we talk so much about SpongeBob. That was like something that I never thought would like happen at a job, especially like being like in my early 20s, like talking about like a cartoon like
but
that.
Think of who works for Starbucks.
That's very valid.
Like, of course we bond over Starbucks quotes.
Oh my god. It's so funny. Oh my god, now I have the without any milk guy stuck on my head. Low key, he can get it. Iconic.
Anything to get into the salty splatoon.
Oh my god. There's actually like newer episodes that show what it looks like inside.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
SpongeBob's great.
It's like a little bar. And then they actually did another episode of Rock Bottom, showing more of what that looked like.
I was talking about Rock Bottom earlier.
What was that? What did he say? What number was he in line? I am something in line and nobody forget it. And then the three babies had.
I don't understand
Oh my
what
god.
you're trying to say.
Oh my that was so funny. Oh my god. And then how about Rocky with the snail race?
Stop, he won.
I know.
It was much deserved.
The best snail I've ever seen. He was so fast.
I'm a dirty boy. When SpongeBob kept trying to give Gary a bath.
Oh my god. Remember Gold to Bloom?
Don't drop him.
Oh my god, I love Gary is saw this other TikTok that said Gary is a Taurus. I'm like, I'm okay with that.
Big fan of Gary.
I am okay with that. I love that. I don't know why, but it's an unpopular opinion, but I love Pearl so much. She's so funny to me.
She's annoying.
She is hysterical.
My millionth dollar. I like the episode where where Mr. Krabs hired Patrick and SpongeBob to paint his house.
Yes.
And then they walk in, and his walls were just covered with knickknacks.
Yeah.
But they couldn't move them, and they still needed to paint. They did it.
And then remember his nasty saliva got rid of all the paint. He even said, "I gotta learn to say it, not spray it." Dirty bitch.
Gross.
Oh my! And let me just tell you, I wanted to literally fix William's unibrow more than anything.
When it flew away.
Oh no! Oh no! I remember that.
William Fancy Son.
Honestly, that's the most bougiest name ever, and I wish I had it.
Yeah.
Like, that just screams money.
Are you Squidward? It's okay. Take
I'm
your time.
Squidward.
Squidward. Tortellini?
Not the tortellini. Oh my god, remember the bubble episode? It's a giraffe. Oh my god, that one was so funny.
Double take 3 times. 1, 2, 3.
62 cents. I'll take the money. Mr.
Poor SpongeBob.
Oh my god. And then he said, "Look, Squidward, money." And then he was like, "Bitch, be so for real."
Oh my god. Or just one bite.
Oh my god.
When Squidward was convinced he didn't like Krabby Patties.
Oh my god. And it'll go right to your thighs. My thighs.
And then you'll explode.
And then you'll blow up. And then the guy in the ambulance. Yeah, I remember my first Krabby Patty. Oh my god. Oh my god, remember the butterfly episode?
Oh, Wormy.
Yeah, and it goes like
Yeah, Wormy was terrifying.
remember the little puppets on the fingers? First Squidward, then Mr. Remember when Penny sang with the episode when SpongeBob locks himself?
Mm-hmm.
That Penny has such a beautiful voice.
Penny, tissue, chip.
Oh no, use napkin.
Oh, excuse me.
That's what it was.
Use napkin.
I'll never understand the gorilla episode with that though.
I don't know. You know what one really messed me up?
What?
The Alone episode where Squidward ended up in like that weird dimension and he was just
Oh yeah,
alone.
future.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
Future.
Everything
chrome.
is chrome. Yes. Oh my god.
That song went hard though.
It really did though. Oh my god. Remember like oh my god. I'm trying to think of what his name was. Oh, remember when he lost his ID and his pants were just turned side around? Identity thief or something.
I lost my identity.
And he's at the freaking diner and
Most
he's
important meal of the day. Serving it up Gary's way. Bah!
Oh my god. That was so funny. Oh my god, Bubble Buddy.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours is long enough.
You know, he's been on a most recent episode. He's since moved on and gotten married and has children.
Oh my god, Bubble Buddy.
Yeah, he really exists.
He made another buddy.
Mystery.
Oh my god, Mystery. Mystery had a bellyache when she ate Old Man Jenkins.
Yeah.
Where's Old Man
Oh my
Jenkins?
god. There's soda drink hat.
Oh my god.
Smitty Warburg
He was
Jaegerman
number
Jensen.
one.
Yeah.
That was a good. I'll give you $1 million for that hat. Oh my god. I need to like binge watch every episode.
Definitely gotta go home and watch SpongeBob.
All right, so we're going to get into this SpongeBob and watch some now, but thank you guys for tuning into the Real Talk Girly podcast, and thank you again, Veronica, for sharing some of your story and
Thank you.
insight. And I encourage you guys all to watch SpongeBob and be nice to your Starbucks baristas
Please. They're
because
going through it.
we'll find you.
You'll get decafed.
Valid. Bye, guys. Love you so much.
Bye.